Assalamu Alaikum. This video is going to be about me telling you my journey on to Islam, how I became a Muslim. For a start, everyone is born as a Muslim. It's just that, you know, parents, they choose their children to go down their path of religion, but we are all born Muslims, and this is me. I reverted back on becoming a Muslim by taking the Shahada. I took the Shahada, right, I'll tell you the story from the start. It was back in 2013. 2013 was a bad black year for me. Excuse the noise in the background, my son's decided to act up when I've decided to make a video and he's watching Hickory Dickory Dock. Please excuse the noise from TV and my son. Every time I move into another room, he follows, so I went, do you know, I'll just do this and that's it. Where was I? Yeah, back in 2013, it was a really bad year for me. I had a bad life experience, and I was in a deep hole and I couldn't get out the hole, but I won't go into that too much because I don't really want to depress everybody. But anyway, I met this guy called Mohammed Zuber, and we met through a friend, but really on Facebook as well. And I went to, you know, his house, blah blah blah. We were friends. We were actually really good friends. And you know, and I seen him praying, and this is how I came interested. So after that, Zuber said to me, Alison, I'm going to pray, is that okay? I went, on you go, you know. But then I seen him praying, and while I was watching him, I'm like, that's actually quite peaceful looking. So anyway, I just let him be, and then when he finished it, so I asked Zuber, I went, what is that you just done? Like, obviously, when Catholicism, you hold your hands, you go for the altar. He's like, that's called Salah, that's how Muslims pray. And he says we do it 5 times a day. I went, right, okay. Because he went in and he got washed before it. And I went, all right. So he's telling me a little bit about Islam. And I couldn't believe, like, Islam, you know, Jesus is a great prophet. You know, they believe in him, and Mary, Moses, all these prophets that we believe in Catholicism. And I went, oh, that's really good, really interesting. And I was reading up on it online, and Zuber says, well, there is a Revert class on a Tuesday at AJ Islamic Centre. That is when I've flown off from AJ. I went, do you know what, I was brought up in AJ all my life, and I never knew there were a Islamic Centre. And he went, yeah, and I went, oh, could I go please? So he says, sure. I think he spoke to Dr. Ivan, that's the guy there who teaches everyone the Quran, and he runs the Islamic classes. So obviously CJ's, blah blah blah. So let's move on to that Tuesday.
More keys.
What?
More keys.
More clays? Yeah, so I went to Tuesday class. I was so nervous because I was used to going into a chapel. I wasn't used to going to another, like, another religious house. I was so nervous. And she said, you'll be okay. Yeah, so I went in, and mashallah, the first time I went in, see, as soon as I walked in and I see you take your shoes off and that, so I took my shoes off and I went in, and greetings, totally, like, Zuber came in with me and he introduced me to Dr. Afan, and do you know, it's so humble, so lovely, felt so welcome there, and I was like, I like you, because I'm quite good at judging people. And then Dr. Afan said, right, this is the ladies, and the first lady that I ever met, Muslim lady, is Raz. Her name's Raza, but we call her Raz. And then I met Raza, then Yasmin and Karen, and I think they were the 3 first ones that I met, and they were also reverts as well. So I was super happy that I met them, and they made me feel welcome. They sat me down, and you know, they said to me, right, this is what you do. And Dr. Van went in and he got me the Quran, a copy of the Quran and an information pack, and it's really a good pack. It's got all the information that new non-Muslims need. So as a thank you, and I heard them, I think they were doing the Azan, the prayers as well. I think they were doing the prayers, and I kept going for a few other Tuesdays, and I kept asking questions and such as, and I sat there one Tuesday, and I remember it to this day. Zuber didn't know, Zuber didn't know, and Dr. Van and all that, and the ladies didn't know. So I went out to Dr. Van before the class started, and I went, Dr. Van, can I speak to you for a second? He went, sure, Alice, not a problem. I said, I want to take my Shahada. And I took my Shahada. He was like, are you sure? And I went, I'm positive I have to do this. I feel it in my heart, the warmth, I have to do it. And I took my Shahada 3 weeks after I went. And I was so emotional. Because it's the best. It was the best best decision I've ever made in my life. Alhamdulillah. I've made such the best decision. And I remember I told my family, and they didn't take it very well, because they were a Christian family, and they didn't take it very good news. My mum found the Quran in the house, and she went, what's this? I said, Mum, it's the Quran, and my mum threw it on the bed. So I immediately went and picked it up. I went, Mum, why are you doing this? Why? And I had to leave the house, and because it wasn't really suitable. But anyway, let's not go down the depressing road. So I phoned Zuber and I said, Zuber, I really do need help. I said, I've had a big argument with my family, and I need some support. And sure, he's helped me to get a place, and as if that, from I became a Muslim. I mean, I came from a very strict Catholic household where I was made to pray. I was made to read the Quran, the Bible. I was made to, go on my knees beside my bed. But I always felt, how can Jesus be the Son of God, but people class him as God? I didn't really believe it in that. I didn't feel, right through primary school, right up to high school, after high school, college, I didn't feel that religious. And it only took those few classes that I attended to in AJ Islamic Centre to realise that, oh wait a minute, that actually makes sense, that the way the Quran describes how the universe is, the scientific side of it. That's another video, I don't want to go into that. And it took the scientific way, the way, how we were bought, from we conceived in our mother's wombs, just all different things. And I was reading it and I went, do you know, that is so true, that you don't get this. To me, reading a Bible is like a story. But to me, reading the Quran is like a guidance. And that, as Zuber would tell you, I had the Quran and I had the Bible together. And I'm reading it and I went, well, how can the Quran make sense but this doesn't? Why does the Bible, why is there violence in there? Why, and then you've got the Quran, it doesn't balance out, but the Quran is more balancing. It's actually guiding me onto the right path. I feel happy. I'm not as much depression. I'm not sad. It's the best thing that I've ever done is became a Muslim, and alhamdulillah, see the support that I'm getting is brilliant. I met Zuber as a friend. I ended up marrying Zuber. And then we're happy, so happy. Not saying that. We'll have our ups and downs. Every marriage does. But subhanAllah, my life is going forward. And do you know what? Research that's the best thing I can tell you. Research, get amongst the Muslims, speak to them, try to go into a couple of group chats, go to a class, because a lot of the classes are for Muslims and non-Muslims, but that was the best thing. But with my family, I didn't really speak to my family for a good while, because it was hard for them, you know, from really, you know, strict Catholics, you know, and for me, but I remember I prayed so hard, because I'm a daddy's girl, and I remember I prayed so hard, and I went, Allah, I beg you for my dad to phone me. I beg you, Dad, because I didn't really forgive what my mum did, but I do now, obviously. And the next day, my dad phoned. He's like, "How you doing?" I went, "I'm fine, Dad. Do you want to come over for a coffee?" I went to my mum and dad's. My dad gave me the biggest cuddle, and he's like, "You're back?" And I went, "I'm here back. I've always been here, but for you to accept me." And you know, subhanAllah, my family accept me for who I am. They know I'm a Muslim now. You know, they can't say anything bad towards it. They've got a beautiful grandson who's a Muslim. And they love him to bits. My dad wants to take him and move in with him. But and the friendship that I have gained is unbelievable. I mean, it's so unbelievable, the support and the friendship in my class alone. It's amazing. And I can't thank Zuber enough. And I can't thank Dr. Afan and the ladies, even the guys. Everyone's so welcome, but I can't thank Dr. Afan to do this class. If it wasn't for him, I don't know, you know, what classes I went to. Would there be a class in the AJ Islamic Centre? It's one of the best Islamic centres I've been to in my life, and they're all welcome, and I just love that. I'd be lost without them. And only things that I do miss is I was still the heart and soul of the party, right? I miss, like, you know, going to the nightclubs, doing this and that. But people think that Islam is, I put one thing straight. People thinks that Muslim women are oppressed. I can guarantee you guys, we're not oppressed. We do not get made to wear a hijab. That is a woman's choice, right? A woman has got more rights than men. In Islam, if a wife works, that is her own money. Her husband who works has got to pay for the bills and everything like that. So, what is the oppression there? Come on. And you don't need to take your husband's name. You don't have to, you know. It's not a hard religion. It's actually quite easy. It's harder being a Catholic than it is a Muslim, and I love it. SubhanAllah, I love it, and you know, and I am proud to be a Muslim, and I'll always be a Muslim. I'll never leave Islam. And if anyone out there who wants any information about Islam or anything, please get in touch with me. I will leave my email address below. I will also leave the Islamic Centre Facebook link below. And yep, that's all, guys. That is my journey to Islam. If it wasn't for Zuber, most of Zuber, I don't know where I would be. But I'm so happy. That is my journey. I'm sharing my journey to you, and I hope it's not as. I hope it's got information in it. I can't really remember what I said. But yes. If you want any more information, like I say, all the information will be down below. And I see you later soon. Okay. Allah Hafiz.